the next question is, the first time I heard RBL Posse. Well, let me say this. I heard RBL before y'all heard RBL. During the whole time we was recording direct from the Backstreets, Black C and Mr. C was in the studio with us. You know what I'm saying? We had already knew TC for a while, and they had too, but we had never met each other. So when we first started recording direct from the Backstreet, it used to be two dark-skinned niggas just sitting in the corner quiet, just rolling up their weed and just observing, just watching while we was recording and stuff. So one day I asked T, I was like, hey man, who's your boy in there? You know what I'm saying? Niggas with the all black on. He's like, oh, that's a RBL, that's a Black C and Mr. C, you know what I'm saying? They finna start working on their shit. You know, they would just come to the studio to get a feel of it and see, you know, how everything moved. So we like, okay, cool. So we got cool after that. We started hanging and we finished up direct from the Backstreet. And we just got real cool. So when RBL started working on Lesson to Be Learned, I used to just go up there and just hang out at the studio. Just, you know, I used to go sit in on Young Selsky sessions, or I'll go sit in on Cold War Hustling sessions or Cool Nut sessions. I used to just go up there and just hang out, just get bored, just go to Frisco and hang out at TC house all day and fuck around. So when RBL first started working on Lesson to Be Learned, I was there today. I was, you know, the town was kind of hot. Boys that came through, so I dipped out to TC spot to just fuck around. So when I walked in the building, he was playing a Marvin Gaye record. The name of the song was After the Dance, and he kept so I told him, man, that's my mom's favorite song, Marvin Gaye, After the Dance. I said, what the fuck you finna do with that? He said, watch this. He took one little part and looped that bitch. And it was just like a continual loop. I said, blood, what the fuck is you about to do with that? He said, watch this. So I sat there, rolled me up another beat. He put the drums on that bitch, and he worked the sample out, put the strings on that motherfucker, put all the hi-hats and all the shit in it. And once he finished constructing that motherfucking beat, I said, bruh, nigga, me and Tim want this beat, nigga, let us get this. He's like, nah, nigga, this RBL beat. Black C brought me this sample, this for they shit. I was like, bruh, what they finna do to this motherfucker? And he made that beat, and he made Remind Me the same day. Damn. I was actually there when he recorded when Mr. C and Black C recorded the vocals for Remind Me. I was actually there. Matter of fact, I was there when they did the vocals for Don't Give Me No Bammer Weed, because for a long time, a lot of motherfuckers thought that was me on the hook. A lot of motherfuckers thought that was me singing the hook, Don't Give Me No Bammer Weed. But that wasn't me, that was Black C.
Black C,
yeah. And from there, it was just on. So the whole time they was recording Lesson to Be Learned, I was there, you know. I pull up, if I ain't doing nothing, I'll slide in, watch them record some shit, and, you know, I was loving what I was hearing, you know. At the same time, TC had acquired another artist named Dre Dog. And, you know, I used to go up there and listen in on Dre Dog sessions. Me and Tina to go up there and listen in on Dre Dog sessions and, you know, the whole shit. We was actually in the Av video. Dre Dog got a video for the Av. Me and Tina's on there. The first time I heard the click, E40 Be Legit, D-Shot Sugar T, Cavio Sam Bostic, Mike Mosley. We all came out around the same time. When we dropped direct from the Backstreets, all the distribution and all the promotion people we used to fuck with used to talk about the click. You know, we dropped around the same time. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere we went, you know what I'm saying, we was affiliated with the click. My brother, shout out to my nigga Ray Dog Mose, Ray Bones, he went to motherfucking West Sounds and bought that Down and Dirty album, The Click. He brought that motherfucker home, and you know what I'm saying, back then, I'm gonna kind of snitch on myself a little bit. Back then, we used to have a weed spot popping. 1016 Alberni, House of Pain was the weed spot at the time. We used to service the whole town on weed. So we used to sit around all day and grind and just, you know, run shit. My brother went to the not T.Y. Uzi, West Sounds in East Palo Alto and once again, shout out to Eddie Tebow that owned West Sound, and he bought that Click album. He brought that motherfucker back. We used to have big ass speakers in my living room. We used to sit around all day and smoke, blow, grind and shit, get money. And he threw that motherfucking CD in, man, and you know, we bumped that motherfucker from front to back. And nigga, that was the soundtrack to our life for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, we dropped our record from the Backstreet at the same time. So it was cool because back then in the Bay Area, artists used to have love for each other, you know what I'm saying? We used to be fans of each other. I remember we used to do shows. We did a show at the Stone. And Click, D40 and B-Legit, Sugar T and D-Shot and them came through. And we was all backstage kicking it, man. And we were just back there talking about, at that time, how we were just fans of each other, you know what I'm saying? How we used to listen to each other's records and be influenced by each other's shit, you know? The Click, Down and Dirty album was one of those albums that we used to ride around all day and grind to all day and listen to that motherfucker all day. Rewind, bring that motherfucker back. And we was living our life off that shit. We was, you know, the words they was spitting on that motherfucker was blueprints to the game, you know. One of the coldest songs on that motherfucker, Dank Room. The Dank Room, bitch, where we get the draws. The draw. What that nigga Beeler say? All I could do when I listen to that is give her a beeper in front of her sack. Meet me at the track by 3:15. We can talk about making us some green. Nigga, that soundtrack to the game, nigga. You feel me, nigga? Nigga, that's bitch, you'll still be a tramp dog. Nigga, that was blueprint to the game, my nigga.
Yeah, it was though.
That was blueprint to the game, my nigga. Testing 1, 2, nigga. What?
Right.
Tested. I'm a hog, nigga. Beverly Hillbilly. Pork and beans, oxtails, pork and beans, chili, nigga. What? Hey, nigga.
Man,
yeah.
Nigga,
that was soundtrack to the game, my nigga. That was blueprints. At that time, we just had respect for each other, you know. They used to come to our shows. We used to go to their shows. RBL drop. We used to go to RBL shows. And us and the Clique used to be in the building, you know. I used to love this what really fucked me up about the Clique. We was at the Stone headline, and our manager Tony Peaks, shout out to my nigga Tony Jackson Peaks. He said, "Hey man, the Clique niggas want to holler at y'all." So we came from the back and we went out to the front. It was about 20 big football playing looking niggas with Clique jackets on. Deep. I mean, nigga. Them niggas was goons. We come out there and 40 be legit, D-Shot, Sugar T and them. We go out there and embrace them, gave them hugs, and we sat out there and chopped it up. We was like, yeah, 40 was like, yeah, nigga, we came out to fuck with y'all. Nigga, we fuck with y'all in the V-Town. Totally insane RBL, nigga. We fuck with y'all niggas. And we were just coming to show love. And we were like, nigga, we love y'all niggas too at the same time. And every show we used to have, we used to all come together and just show love, you know. I remember we was at we was doing the West Coast Bad Boys, Master P. We did like a dinner at the Lions in Daly City. And that's right there by where my son grew up at. My son grew up right there in Westlake District. And the Lions was right there by the apartment building where my baby mama and dad used to stay at. My son grew up at. E40 and them came through. And we was all talking about the West Coast Bad Boys. We was at the Lions. He was matter of fact, that motherfucker might have been it wasn't Lions then. It was shit. I forgot the name of that fucking restaurant, but it was like a high-end restaurant back in the days. Pepper Mill. It was the Pepper Mill back then. Before it was Lions, it was the Pepper Mill. Yeah. So we met at the Pepper Mill right there in Daly City or off Westlake District, right there on the corner by the freeway. And we was all in there. E40 and them came. And Master P was putting together the West Coast Bad Boys. After the meeting, we was all sitting out the parking lot. We was all just out there chilling. We was blowing. We rolled us some blunts. We was out there blowing, chilling before the police came. Before the Daly City police came, and 40 and Legit was was laying down the plans that they had. The click Down and Dirty, it just came out, and they was pumping that. But they was saying, 40 was saying, yeah, I'm finna come with my solo album Federal. Then my nigga Be Legit finna come with the Savage, and you know we finna take over the whole motherfucking game. And he was laying out the blueprint for what they was about to do. D-Shot finna come with his shit, Sugar T finna come with her shit, and we just finna, you know what I'm saying, we just finna be a conglomeration. And we listened to that shit like, man, y'all niggas is ahead of the game. Y'all talking some futuristic shit, like, and them niggas did everything they said they was doing, you know what I'm saying? They did everything they said they was gonna do. And that's a real monumental thought for me, because E40 was laying out his blueprint to me, and I was listening to what he was saying he was gonna do, and he did everything he said he was gonna fucking do, you know. And you know, I just like to take my shot, you know, like to give a shout out to all them niggas, 40 Legit, D-Shot, Sugar T. Them niggas had a dream, them niggas had a vision back in the beginning, and them niggas carried that shit through, you know. I wish that we would have followed them niggas in their vision and followed their blueprints like they was doing it at the time. I think we probably would have been a little further, you know, further in the game. We would have listened to them and followed their blueprints. But I like to give a shout out to them niggas for sharing the blueprint with us, because they was putting us up on game. They was lacing our boots, and we wasn't aware of what was going on. It was like futuristic pimping they was spilling out. And we wasn't aware of it at the time, you know. So I like to give a shout out to them niggas. Me and Legit had just talked like last week. He did a show at the Soul Brothers last weekend, and backstage we was talking. I was like, man, I told the nigga, I met up with him at the studio too. Shout out to my nigga King Seidel. Nigga King Seidel signed to Block Movement. And we was at Be Legit studio out there in Paramount, somewhat in Pacheco a while back. And I sat down, we was talking, and I told him, I said, man, look, man, you know, I know it probably don't mean nothing to you, and I'm sure, you know, but I just gotta let you know that I'm proud of what y'all did, man. Y'all told us what y'all was gonna do, and y'all carried that shit to the letter, and y'all became pioneers. So I was telling Be Legit, you know, I was like, you know, y'all became the blueprint of the Bay Area. Y'all became the standard that niggas need to follow, you know. And I just like to let you know, give you your flowers while you still here, nigga, that, nigga, I'm proud of you, nigga, and much love that y'all did what the fuck y'all said y'all was gonna do that night at the Pepper Mill back in 1993, 94. And y'all did that shit, you know what I'm saying? And now we in 2021, and y'all niggas is the Mount Rushmore of the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When niggas talk about the Bay, they got to mention E40 and Be Legit and the Click and Sugar T and D-Shot, you know.
Shit, if you hop in the Cutlass, you got to
goddamn right. Yeah, the first time I heard that shit, the Click, I knew they was gonna change the game. I knew that they was gonna put the Bay Area on the map. I knew that, you know what I'm saying, and they had much respect for us too. You know, we used to all sit around, they used to say, I wish that we could have had more of those meetings where we could have sat down and really bounced off each other and really kind of like politic with each other and kind of like featured and networked with each other and blended that shit, us and RBL and the Click together. What that would have been.
I know, because it was obvious y'all loved each other.
Oh man, much love.
Every one of them CDs, I used to buy all of them.
Yeah, we was fans of each other, bro. Yeah. We was fans of each other, bro. I could recite them niggas songs, lyrics from them niggas songs, you know, RBL and the Click. And it was a lot of love, man. I just wish that the Bay Area would have followed that format of the love that we had back then. Even with SIBO, Mac Mall, JT and the GLP, Cold World Hustlers, 11-5, Mac Dre and Young Black Brother, all that shit, man. You know, I just wish that we could have kept that brotherly love all these years and kind of politicked and networked a little bit more. But back then it was about your own clique, your own sound, your own, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Niggas had their own brand and their own sound, and they wasn't trying to, their own universe. They wasn't trying to fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? But I just wish we could have networked a little bit more. But we all fuck with each other. 40, tycoon that he is, Be Legit the tycoon that he is, Mac Dre the legend he is, Black Sea the tycoon that he is. We all still fuck with each other. We all still DM each other, and we all still thumbs up and fans of each other. You know, that shit never died. We all still family.
Kinship.
Yeah, we're all still family. We all love each other. We all fans. You know. Yeah. I just wish that it was more. The Bay Area had more productions to where we can all come together and do functions and do shows and do tours and do. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's something that, you know, us civilians gotta look into, like, hey, can we get y'all in the town?
Yeah, you know, it should be more tours and more shows and more functions.
We can get y'all in every city.
Bring us all together. We all
every
do
city
it.
in California.
Delinquents and BadNFluenz and
I should see that
3 Times Crazy and the Federation and all them niggas.
Delinquents, that's always
Yeah. When did I first hear the nigga Young Mac Mall? I like to say before I even answer that question, Mac Mall is one of the closest niggas that I met in the music industry. We ain't talked in a long time, but from the minute we met each other, that was my homie, you know what I'm saying? Much love to my nigga Mac Mall. The first time I heard Mac Mall, one of my homies had the Illegal Business album, tape. I think Scoot might have put me on to Mac Mall. Scoot, I think, had the Illegal Business when it first came out.
That shit was hard.
That shit was hard as fuck. And we sitting in the car smoking. No, I take that back. I took that nigga to West Sounds to go buy that motherfucker. Hey, Ed, take me to West Sounds real quick, nigga. I need to go buy this Mac Mall real quick. I was like, Mac Mall? For real? So I smashed over there, went and bought that motherfucker. Came back, I'm sitting in the front. They had a little, remember Dan's used to be over there, a little chicken and fish spot?
Yeah.
I went and got some food. So I'm sitting in the car eating when he got back in the car. So he opened that shit, threw that shit in the deck. And that Sick With This came on, first song, Sick. Ugh, I was like, ooh. So we sat there and listened to however many songs it took for me to eat my food, we listened to. And I didn't even cut the car off. I ate my food. I wrapped up all my shit and I went up in that motherfucker and I bought the album too. I was like, nigga, I've got to give me one of them.
That shit was cold.
That shit was slapping. Nigga, I went up in that motherfucker and I bought one too. So that was the first time I heard Mac Mall. Scoot had bought it. I sat in the car, listened to it while I was eating, and by the time I finished eating, I went there and bought that motherfucker myself. We got booked for a show in Seattle, and it was us, Mac Mall, and SIBO. It was like a whole weekend. Now, at this point, this was when Backstreet Life had Going Insane that just came out. This is '93. Going Insane that just came out. And we was the top 3 albums that year. It was us, Going Insane, Illegal Business, and Gas Chamber. '93.
God damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we was like the hottest niggas at that time.
This Chronic came out on '92.
Like, yeah, at the end of '92. Yeah. I mean, Chronic was the biggest shit.
Yeah.
It was way bigger than us, but as far as Bay Area shit,
oh yeah,
we was the top 3 that year, '93. Going Insane, Gas Chamber, and Illegal Business. Because we was doing hella shows together. We was always getting booked together during that year. And we went to Seattle. We did like a couple dates in Seattle. And that was the first time I really realized how big we was outside the Bay Area. I just thought we was regular. I mean, we went to Seattle, my nigga. We did an in-store first. And you know, back then they used to have the moms and pop stores. We did a moms and pop stores, and this was the same moms and pop stores that put Sir Mix-a-Lot on. And damn, I forgot to not Creative Music. Creative Music? I'm sorry if I don't remember the name of the record store, but shout out to the homies, because he flew us out there and showed us so much love and did the show, and you know what I'm saying, the whole shit. We did the in-store. It was so many motherfuckers at the in-store. They threw a fat-ass barbecue for us. I mean, they really treated us with respect, bro. They had our big-ass posters out in the front. And they really, this was Seattle, Washington.
Yeah,
they made
Seattle loved the Bay.
They showed us hella love, bro. The in-store was big. They threw a fat-ass barbecue for us the same day, and they just showed us love. Then the show was that night. They had limos for us. They had a nice-ass venue for us. They had nice top-flight rooms for us. Oh, that shit was lovely. Seattle showed us hella love. And that was us, Mac Mall, and SIBO. When we first got there, we got off the airplane. They had a white van waiting for us to pick us up from the airport. we smobbing through, we riding through the driver was hella cool, was taking us to all the little spots in Seattle. I think we had like an hour or two before we had to get to the in-store. So we just riding around killing time and shit. We riding down Broadway. What, Posse on Broadway?
Yeah, makes a lot.
We riding down Broadway. There's a white girl sitting at the bus stop with some headphones on. We smobbed up on her in the van. Open the motherfucking door. She looking like we about to do a drive-by on her and shit. So she got the little headphones on with the Discman. So we had I had a video camera back there, so I'm running the video camera. So Tia said, "Hey, little mama, what's that you listening to? What you listen to on your earphones?" She said, Totally Insane, Backstreet Life, or Going Insane. Totally Insane, Going Insane. And we was like, we Totally Insane. She's like, hell nah. She looked at the cover and she's like, oh shit. So we went out there, took pictures with her and shit, invited her threw her in the van. Come on, you rocking with us today.
God damn.
Threw her in the van, took her to the in-store with us and shit. She kicked it with us the whole day. She called some of her friends and shit. Her friends came to the in-store. We just kicked it, had a great time. But it was us, Mac Ball, and SIBO. That night at the show, that was a live-ass show. I think we went on last. Did we go on last? I think we went on last. And SIBO was already out there. SIBO had already had motherfuckers out there. Us and Mac Mall was kind of like new out there. We didn't really know what was going on out there. But SIBO was already, kind of familiar with the area. So we rocked the show. And right after we got off stage, SIBO ran on and he said, "Hey, after party at the Woo Woo Woo." That was the hotel we were staying at. I forgot where we were staying at the Doubletree or some shit where we were staying at. After party at the Doubletree. Nigga. We went to Denny's to go grab something to eat. By the time we finished eating at Denny's and got back to the room, that motherfucker was packed.
He couldn't get in his own room, what?
Man, we couldn't even get to the room. So we finally wiggled up through there. So it was hella motherfuckers out there. So what happened toward the end of the night, this is the story I heard. It was a chick that was looking for Mr. C. She was going through looking for Mr. C. I guess Mr. C had hollered at her at the show. She came to the room looking for Mr. C. Because RBO, I'm sorry, I forgot. RBO was there too. It was us, RBL, Mac Mall, and SIBO. She had came through looking for Mr. C. Let's Till We Learn, I think it just came out. And she had came through looking for Mr. C. And I don't even know if it was one of SIBO homies. It was one of the Crip cats. Seattle, they got the Bloods and Crips out there real tough. And I'm sure a lot of niggas out there was following SIBO because that nigga was large at the time. That gas chamber was killing shit at the time. So I'm sure a lot of them Seattle niggas was on that shit like, yeah, nigga, I'm Crippin' too, nigga. When them Seattle Crip niggas were trying to get at the bride and the bride wasn't feeling him, she like, nah, nigga, I'm looking for Mr. C, nigga, fuck you. And I heard the nigga slapped her. She went to the lobby and called the police. The police came, Seattle police came and kicked all of us out the room.
Oh.
We're looking for RBL, Totally Insane, Mac Mall, all y'all gotta go. Luckily, at that night at the show, I got at this chick. She had her own spot. She had a house and shit. So when we got kicked out the room, she let us come stay at her spot. So she called on her friend, girl, guess what? SIBO, Mac Mall, RBO, and Totally Insane spilling out of my house. Nigga, her house was cracking. We threw a house party all night at her house. She went home and cooked for us. We threw a house party. We partied all night. But as far as Mac Mall, I'm a huge fan of Mac Mall. Scoop put me up on their legal business. We did a few shows, did a few in-stores. The Untouchable came out. I was a big fan of that Get Right.
Untouchable's a shit.
Yeah, Tupac directed this Ghetto Theme. That was one of my favorite songs, Ghetto Theme. I used to rewind that motherfucker back to back.
We playing that all day.
Yeah, I used to rewind that song back to back to back. That shit was hard as fuck. Speak the ghetto thing. Young players gon' get it together. Young players gon' get it together.
Too.
That shit was hard. That video was so clean.
Everybody was in that video too.
Tupac directed it.
JT was in that video.
Mac Mall got killed and they was like, that shit was dope. That shit was dope. That shit was dope.
Ray Love or Mac Mall then like nah.
Ray Love, that shit was dope as fuck. Ray Love and Young Lay. That shit was dope. Shout out to my nigga Mac Mall, Ray Love, Young Lay, all them niggas. I used to fuck with all them niggas, man. Ray Love. Man.
Young Black Brother.
Young Black Brother, Kyrie. Yeah, so I guess, man, I'm a big fan of Mac Mall. I fuck with Mac Mall to this day. The last time I seen him was at one of the Cool Nut. Like I said, when I came home, we did like the Cool Nut dedications a couple years in a row. And one of them, Mac Mall performed and showed up, and you know what I'm saying, that was big because I hadn't seen him in a while. I was fresh out. I hadn't seen him in a while, and I didn't even think he remembered me. He recognized who I was. And that nigga walked straight up to me and bear hugged me. What's up, Cuddy? How you been, man? Where you been at? I'm like, man, I'm locked, nigga. You're like, yeah, I heard about you. We gonna link up though. We gonna fight the fuck around.
Y'all niggas do track.
Yeah, we never got a chance to, but I definitely always wanted to link up with Mac Mall. Him and Sebo. Him and Bo.
Man, yeah. That was the shit I used to want to hear when I was a teenager, man. That was like my dream.
Yeah. And we always, it's a crazy because a lot of motherfuckers don't know this, but all the Bay Area acts from back then used to always want to fuck with each other. We just never
we knew it too.
We was never able to make it happen for some reason. But we always wanted to fuck with each other.
The fans knew.
Yeah, we
Niggas
always wanted
like,
to fuck with each other.
They give a whiff, they'd be like, yo, I seen Sebo in the town today, whoa, I seen something.
I wonder was he over there fuck with Ad and them?
Yeah, we thought it was coming.
Yeah.
I just knew it was coming, bro.
Yeah.
You know, especially Dre Dog, you know, I was like, they're gonna do something one day.
Yeah.
Hey, one day.
Yeah. And I'm mad at, like I said, I'm mad us and Mac Mall never came together, and I'm mad us and Sebo never came together. I'm mad that us and the Clique never came together.
I think it's gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen. Cause all y'all still rapping at a high level.
And it's another thing a lot of motherfuckers don't know. When I came home from prison, TC was putting together a project called The Conglomeration. It was gonna be Totally Insane, RBL, and 11-5. A lot of motherfuckers didn't know that. This is right before his house caught on fire.
Oh.
We was gonna do a conglomeration album, us, RBL, and 11-5, and everybody was on board. Everybody was on board. It was gonna happen.
TC a monster.
It was gonna happen too. That shit just never transpired. When did I first hear "Back to the Hotel" by In Too Deep? I think the first time I heard it was at Cal Skate. It used to be a skate ring back in Milpitas called Cal Skate back in the days. And I think they played it in Cal Skate one time, the first time. And then they started playing on the radio. But we knew In Too Deep. At the time, when In Too Deep came out, we was kind of, we was popping at the time, and they got popping too. So we started doing a lot of shows together. Us, RBL, In Too Deep, GLP, Budweiser and DeRace. We used to do a lot of shows together in San Francisco, in the Bay Area. So we got real cool with In Too Deep. Shout out to In Too Deep, you know what I'm saying? Those were some good ass times, man. We used to do a lot of shows back then. And I remember the first time we headlined the Stone, us and RBL headlined the Stone. I think In Too Deep opened for us. And then the next time we came back around, them niggas was headlining and us and RBL was opening for them. Once Back to the Hotel blew up on the radio and shit. When we doubled back around, came back to the Stone, they was headlining and we was opening. But it was all cool, it was all love, it was all respect. Shout out to In Too Deep. I don't know what happened to them, but you know what I'm saying? They had that was a hit, man. That was definitely a Bay Area staple song. You know what I'm saying? As big as like I Got 5 on it and Bam Don't Give Me No Bammer Weed is. Back to the Hotel is one of them joints. You know what I'm saying?
They used to play that motherfucker on MTV Jams and shit out there.
Yeah. Do I remember when RBL Ruthless by Law came out? Definitely. It was a big time for us because, like I said, we were just coming off of Going Insane album. You know what I'm saying? That was both of our second albums on Intermittent Records. So I'm sure that they was going into Ruthless by Law the same way we was going into Going Insane because they was under the mentality they gotta outdo A Lesson to Be Learned. You know what I'm saying? They just dropped this fucking classic album called A Lesson to Be Learned with this fucking monumental song, Don't Give Me No Bammer Weed. And how are they gonna outdo that? You know what I'm saying? So they was under the same pressure we was under. And we all, we was all seeing it at the same time. They seen what we was going through. We seen what they was going through. And it was kind of a time to prove, both groups was trying to prove ourselves at the same time. Because like I say, we both had dropped classic first albums. It's very rare that your first album coming out the gate be a classic like that. And both of us did that. So now it's like, oh, y'all niggas ain't gonna be able to, y'all niggas ain't gonna be able to outdo Unless To Be Learned. Y'all niggas ain't gonna be able to outdo Direct from the Backstreet. Come on, my nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And we both went into, I'm sure we both went into both those albums with the same mentality. And TC too. You know, TC is the mastermind behind all this shit. So now he gonna have to step his shit up to make both of us sound better. To give, to make both of us sound bigger and more. You know what I'm saying? We were still going to Frisco a lot, and that's when like I said, the enhancer came into play, and the enhancer just gave TC new ideas and new, he just elaborated on what TC already had in his brain, and then with Ruthless by Law, Black C had started tampering with the production. Black C had started learning how to play his own shit. And was sitting and watching Enhancer and TC work, and he was learning his own little shit, you know what I'm saying, and watching how the niggas was doing this shit. And a lot of motherfuckers don't know that a lot of the shit on Ruthless by Law, Black C was going to his house and making some of those beats. Those Black Bluebird on My Shoulder and Mortuary Number on his pager and Creep and all that shit. Black C was going home and producing them records and bringing it in to TC and be like, hey man, listen to this, tell me what you think about it. And maybe TC will tweak some shit here and there, but Black C will start sticking his hands in the production a little bit more on that second album, you know what I'm saying?
Second album's hard.
Yeah, and that shit just, yeah, man. So, we coming off Going Insane, they coming off Less To Be Learned, and they're going into Ruthless by Law. And, I'm sure they had a lot of the same shit was going on. Harbor Road was off the chain at the time. Harbor Road and Oakdale was funking at the time, and yeah, man, it was just a lot of shit.
Crazy time.
A lot of more competitions coming out. The Click is coming out. Mac Mall is coming out. SIBO coming out. Loonies is coming out. You got Drew Down coming out. You got a lot of big wigs from the Bay Area was starting emerging at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot more competition. And like I say, when Dr. Dre came with that Chronic, the sampling was out. So RBL had to leave away from the sampling and start going into the live bass lines and the whole shit. So that's where Black C came in with that fucking Sinister Mob music, them slow, throbbing ass beats.
Yeah, that's slow funk.
Yeah, and he pioneered that shit, man. Black C pioneered that shit.
Hard funk.
I remember when that motherfucker dropped. We was in the hood. I was on the block, and I used to always get the new shit before it dropped. And I had a couple of copies of the Ruthless by Law before it came out. You know what I'm saying? I went at the end of a minute and I gaffled a couple of them motherfuckers before they even dropped, before they hit the store. And niggas in the town was waiting for that shit to drop. I took that shit back on the block. I threw a house party, and I played the whole album at the house party. And niggas was like, blood, let me get that. Nigga, let me get that CD, nigga. I got to have, somebody stole my shit, matter of fact, that night. Man, I got to have that. And I knew that shit was gonna be a classic. I knew they had
every song was hard on that.
I knew they had outdid Let's To Be Learned. I like, y'all outdid that, bro. I told them, I said, blood, y'all did that, bro. Y'all outdid the last one. And they told us the same thing. They're like, y'all niggas outdid that. Y'all did that. We was always each other's biggest fans, bro. We always used to compliment each other like, man, I'm listening to y'all shit, nigga. I can quote the words to you. I'm hearing what y'all. We used to critique each other like, hey, bro, I like that one song, but you need the one little part you might have to woo woo woo. And Black C that type of nigga. If Black really like you, he'll give you some critique. He'll come to you, hey, Ad, I like that one. I heard that little song T played, whoop whoop, the bad hand for me on that one little line. If you just wooty whoop, Nigga, and if you Black say it, I'm gonna go do it.
Hell yeah.
T like, hey, bring that back. Let me.
Like, that's Black Sea.
Yeah, bring that back.
That's motherfucking Black Sea right there.
Yeah, all right. So we was always had that love like that. You know what I'm saying? When I heard O album, I told Black, nigga, y'all got another one. Nigga, y'all outdid it. Y'all did it. Y'all outdid the last one. And when that motherfucker hit, that shit hit. That shit hit hard. You know? Yeah, that shit hit hard. They came up with the Bounce to This single and video first.
Yeah.
And that kicked it off.
CMC was like, man, they was playing that song all the time. KBL all the time.
That kicked it off. It was crazy because Bounce to This was their first single, but when the DJs got the album, they used to always play Bounce to This and Bluebird back to back.
They did too.
Yeah.
Bluebird was a shit.
So both of them motherfuckers kind of blew up at the same time. Yeah. Them niggas had double singles at the same time. Like they had Bounce to This and Bluebird at the same time hot.
Cause I remember just going places and I was always hearing Bluebird and I was always thinking that I was the only motherfucker like that song.
Yeah. No, that was a hit immediately.
Bluebird was a shit.
So the album dropped. Them was the two biggest songs.
Yeah.
And it was back to back. The album started off like with Bounce to This and then went into Bluebird. So that was like now song number 1 and song number 2. Intro, song 1 and song 2.
I can't remember how many times I'd go somewhere like on a Saturday and see some girls like, what y'all doing? Oh, we're gonna go to an RBL show. And that was bad. We always used to mess with girls too. You know? Hey, messing girls love RBL. I don't know what that was, man.
And those songs, they had the Bounce to This and Bluebird was the perfect car show songs.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
So they was always rocking car shows and lowriders, and that was.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. So, yo, I kid you not, I would always be, out in traffic.
Yeah.
What y'all doing? Back 95,
Yeah. And then you got to think, we was right when they did, right when they put out Ruthless by Law, we was just coming off West Coast Bad Boys, and that's when the compilations that start cracking. So we was coming off these big ass compilations at the same time.
That buzz
Yeah. See, when Going Insane came out, it wasn't that too many compilations.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time Ruthless by Law came out, we had already did West Coast Bad Boys.
Yeah.
We was about to go into Bay Area Players and Isolated in the Game and all that. We just finna go into that type of shit. Yeah. And then that's what those records, by the time it was time for us to do Backstreet Life, you know what I'm saying? From direct from the Backstreet to Going Insane was this expectation. Now from Going Insane to Backstreet Life is this expectation. Like now y'all got to outdo Going Insane too.
That's crazy, yeah. Because I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
They was probably looking at y'all like, have you heard Bounce to This before?
And then we got to compete with RBL shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Each time.
Yeah. Direct
from Backstreet was first. Let's To Be Learned dropped. The niggas was like, ooh, y'all got to do Direct from Backstreet and Let's To Be Learned. We came Going Insane. So I'm pretty sure niggas at them like, boy, y'all niggas gonna have to go outdo that Totally Insane Going Insane shit. So they came with Ruthless by Law. So now niggas looking at us like, nigga, that Ruthless by Law is a smash. Y'all gonna have to outdo that. So we came with Backstreet Life. And it was like just friendly competition. Each time we was trying to outdo each other. But we was always there when we was doing it.
God damn.
We was always in the studio hearing it.
That's some miraculous shit.
I used to come on and be like, nigga, RBL new album for the kill shit. That Ruthless by Law album is finna hurt shit right now. When that shit dropped.
I remember when that motherfucker dropped too.
We need to step back in the lab. We need to get back in the lab.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, that Ruthless by Law was something else, bro. Yeah, that shit was something else, bro. When that shit dropped, that shit was something else. I'm trying to think, where was we at? We had did a show. I forgot where we was at. We was in Portland, Oregon. And I think Ruthless by Law had just dropped. It had just came out. And, they sung all the old shit off Let's To Be Learned. And when they sung Bounce to This, when they sung Bounce to This, nigga, Everybody went crazy, nigga. It's like they created a whole new sound, like.
Just like, yo, if you heard that at the beginning of the tape, pops in or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, once you hear that, it's like, oh shit.
In front of rap for the roads for the rap you love the most, straight from the California press go. Yeah. When that shit, when they dropped that motherfucker, boy, it was on and cracking.
Man, that video was hard.
It was on and cracking, bro.
I like the video where they got Sway asking them, you know, they
Yeah.
got memory playing in the background and
Yeah.
said, where are you brothers from? Black Sea, we're from a little island in the bay. You know?
That was big for them niggas. So now, that Ruthless by Law helped us too, because the nigga that Jason that owned the record label was looking at us like, man, y'all niggas is y'all out here killing shit. RBL just dropped this Ruthless by Law album, and now they looking at us like, for the next Totally Insane album, we're gonna have to go bigger. We're gonna have to do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. So RBL kind of like boosted us, like, it's not a record label looking at us like, nigga, for the next album, this RBL shit is so fucking hot and smoking, for you guys next album, we're gonna do this. He was excited for our next, we're like, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do this. So that gave us a boost too.
Hell yeah, because that's just like a company, like, you know, we got more spending money now.
Yeah.
Now we see what y'all doing with this money, we gonna
Yeah.
give y'all some more.
And then, like, we're not even mentioning, in between us dropping these albums, Dre Dogg dropping albums too.
Oh yeah.
Dre Dogg coming with I Hate You With a Passion, and you know what I'm saying? Cool Nut came out, IMP came out with the Hill Manor Players.
Yeah, that's what was hard too.
So it's like,
there was so many slaps coming.
y'all niggas
TC
coming.
was killing shit.
He was killing shit.
That's like my favorite producer. You know, I tell him,
Yeah.
you know, on Facebook, he probably, yeah, whatever. Seriously.
Yeah.
You know?
But us and RBL start waking up at around that time too.
Need more money.
Around the time that Ruthless by Law came out,
Yeah.
we both were sitting around looking like, wait a minute. Nigga, going insane to Ruthless by Law is like this.
Yeah.
Why our pockets ain't looking like that?
Oh, Ghetto Platinum.
Nigga, 40 and them over there flipping Benzes and Lexuses, and
Yeah.
nigga 40 and them over there getting millions. Nigga was in it.
Preposterous.
Yeah. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. Tupac. One of the greatest to ever do it. You know, real charismatic, real talented. Just everything he spit was from the heart, from the soul. And that's why he can be dead 25 years and he's still the #1 nigga. Because his heart and his passion is people still feel that shit. That shit ain't never gonna go away. A lot of people still think he's better than a lot of motherfuckers till today, and he ain't put out an album in maybe 10 years, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the feeling, the passion, the words, what he been through, the story behind it, everything that had to do with him was like, it's like the perfect movie, you know? He's born into the Black Panthers. His mama gave birth to him in prison. She fought her way and got herself out of prison. His daddy went to jail for bank robbery and been in since 1985. Ain't never came home in 40 years. He goes to the Bay Area, hooks up with Digital Underground, and start, you know, basically created himself. Go to get shot, go to jail. The biggest record label, rap label in the world, come get him out of jail. He come home. Wait, let me rewind. When he went to jail, he dropped the #1 album in the country and had the #1 movie in the country. The first artist to ever do that. Elvis Presley didn't even do that. Me Against the World and I think Above the Rim. So he was already the man off Me Against the World, go to jail, and Suge Knight, Death Row go bail him out. He already the #1 nigga, you know what I'm saying? Interscope Record don't want to get him out. They don't want to do nothing for him. They think he a menace. They think he in trouble. They don't want to invest no more money into him. They just kind of like throw him to the wayside, not knowing that he's the greatest that ever do it. They didn't see the vision. White folks always think they know what black people love, and they really don't all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's tragedy. That's probably one of the biggest tragedies in music history, that you got a dude like that came from the slums, came up from having nothing, moms was on crack, got moved around so many times, got shot, got sent to jail, got famous, kept getting in trouble with the police. Finally made it to the perfect situation and get murked. You feel? You finally made it. You with the biggest label in the world. You could do movies whenever you got Dr. Dre behind the board. You got Snoop standing next to the left of you. You got an unlimited supply of promotion. You the hardest nigga in the game and get smoked at a Mike Tyson event, one of the biggest events in the world for the whole world to see.
I remember just being so high that weekend. It was going hella low when I heard them.
That's like some JFK assassination level type shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. When we got the news, everybody remember where they was at.
So Tupac is definitely still one of the greatest to ever do the shit. Very influential to me. His music can never die. He's the I was gonna say he the Elvis Presley of rap, but I can't even compare him to that.
He bigger than that.
He bigger than that.
He's so much bigger.
He Tupac. he the Tupac of rap. A lot of artists still want to be like him. He been imitated many a times. Many of motherfuckers that ain't never met him done try to play tribute to him. And I mean, shit, bro. You know, when you mention the greats like Michael Jackson and Bob Marley and these greats, you got to mention his name in the hip hop category. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Trailblazer, man. Rest in peace to Pac. I met him under strenuous circumstances, so I didn't really get to talk to him. We was kind of like in the middle of a bar fight when I met him. Filmo niggas was trying to kill him and us. So I didn't really meet him where we could sit down and talk. We was kind of under duress at the time. So, but rest in peace to Pac, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm a fan. You know, I'm a huge fan of Tupac. His words will be studied. His albums and his music already are. They do have Tupac classes in college, but and rightfully so. His words and shit should be studied. It should be analyzed. My nigga Drew Down, Pimp of the Year, man. Big song, man. That's like a Bay Area anthem, man. Huge song in the fucking Bay Area, man. You know, shout out to Drew Down, CNH, Chris Hicks, they whole movement, the Loonies. I was talking about we went on tour in Germany with MC Light, and Drew Down was out there with us. And you know, even though Pimp of the Year is a big Bay Area song, when that nigga sung that shit in Germany, man, nigga, that shit rocked. You would never, if you had never been out the country, you wouldn't even imagine that a song like that would be so fucking big in Germany, man. Every night that we performed and he performed that motherfucking song, the whole fucking stadium, not stadium, but the whole crowd got fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. That's a big song. So I remember when I first heard that shit on the radio, man, KML used to play the shit out that motherfucker. And every time that shit come on in the club, I mean, that's just one of them joints, man. You know, Drew Down got him one. That's one of them joints, you know what I'm saying? Pimp of the Year, man. It was just amazing that shit, we was in Germany, and every night he performed that motherfucker, the crowd went crazy. They sung every fucking word, rocked with him, and Drew Down got him one, man. Pimp of the Year. Shout out to my nigga Drew Down. You know what I'm saying? Rapper Ron and Dilly Dog, BadNFluenz. One of my favorite groups from Oakland, you know what I'm saying? Man, I used to bump their shit. I used to admire their lyrical skill, man. The dudes was very talented, very gifted on the mic. Rapper Ron and Dilly Dog, you know what I'm saying? Definitely one of the pioneers from Oakland, you know what I'm saying? As far as the flow is unmatched, man. I done heard a lot of cats copying them and take their flows after they came out and shit, so you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Aunt Dilly Dog and Rapper Ron, rest in peace to Rapper Ron, BadNFluenz, you know what I'm saying? I remember we used to ride around in the car hotboxing. Every compilation that used to be on, they used to kill that shit. You know what I'm saying? The Heat, the Cell Block, you know what I'm saying? Even their own album, All Wrapped Up. We used to ride around slapping that shit. And that All Wrapped Up, they had all the rappers' names in there, Dr. Dre and Snoop and all the niggas' names in there. That shit was hard as fuck. But I just admired their rapping skills, man. You know what I'm saying? The niggas was hard as fuck. I remember I seen them on, I seen a little clip not too long ago, and they was on Sway. I believe that was Sway. And man, them niggas was freestyle. I had them niggas freestyling, man. them niggas was going off. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, rest in peace, Rap Around. Shout out to Aunt Dilly Dog. I would love to hear some new shit from Aunt Dilly Dog, man, if he out there, you know. I don't know what he out there doing, but shit.
Or gospel.
Get on it, man. Hey, man, you know, get back on it, man, because y'all was definitely ahead of y'all time. And y'all was ripping shit, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to BadNFluenz, man, you know what I'm saying? It's one of my favorite groups out of Oakland, you know what I'm saying?